Welcome back, everybody. This light is bright, but Uncle John, with his muzzleloader tag, just took out the buck we call the upper 8. And he is toast. What a stinking buck. Tell us the story, Uncle John.
Well, there was not a lot came out earlier. I had maybe 8 out there about 4 o'clock. And then they kind of went away, and I had just a couple left out there. And then next time I looked back in the left-hand corner, there was about 7 out there. All of a sudden, just 7 new ones came out. And then I looked in the woods, and I saw him standing in the woods back there. And sure enough, he decided to come right on out with them. And he came out of the back left corner and got out into the food plot, maybe 40 yards or so. And then he decided to turn sideways. And I said, well, I'm not sure. I says, I think that's a pretty nice looking buck, so I took him.
Yes, it is. That's him. That's the buck that we call the upper 8. What? Look at the brow tines on that thing. Man. That is cool. He's a little chipped up. He was a fighter. He's chipped right there and chipped right there, and he's got that little kicker that was right there is chipped.
Pretty near looked like maybe some holes there where that was a little weak, that point. Maybe fly holes, or I don't know what causes them. But
man, Michael's
buck had one of them.
Yeah, you're right. Man, Uncle John, this season's gonna be hard for us to match.
I think we ended up getting the ones we wanted to.
Yeah, that was really the last of the real big ones we had. Look at the body. I mean, that one's got a big body too compared to the other ones we had killed.
Yeah, there was another hunter there out next to us. I saw going in. And I wondered how he'd affect anything coming out of that side, but
must be affected it right.
And he shot over there too. After I did, I heard a shot over that way. Maybe he was shooting at one of the doe that was with it. I don't know.
Man, this is absolutely awesome. Jeez. What a buck, Uncle John. He's definitely got a bigger looking body than what we've got with the other ones. Man. Look at that mass. Well,
he was silly for fighting with that other one if he's the one that was fighting with the other one.
You can hang those up next to each other and know that those are the 2 boss hogs fighting for the food plot every night. We'll have to, do you want to FaceTime Monty?
Yeah, let me go grab my phone.
Monty's gonna shit. My brother Monty was actually planning on getting home today to be able to hunt. And what was the reasoning that he wasn't able to make it home today? Something.
Yeah, he was going to have a nice day down there to golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Monty's golfing when he could have been killing what we called the upper 8. But I'm sure Uncle John was obliged to take care of him.
I remember one day when you couldn't make it up there when I killed that other one up there.
Yeah, I went duck hunting. It was December 9th, 2009. I still remember the date that we killed actually what was one of the biggest bucks we've ever killed on our farm. Uncle John killed up there, and you killed it with the same muzzleloader, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's a Thompson Center. Is it the Encore or the Omega? The Thompson Center Omega.
Wow.
That's the upper 8, Monty. That's the other big boy from the upper farm. Uncle John took him out tonight.
Oh yeah? How you doing, Tigo?
Pretty good, how are you?
Good.
Muzzleloader, huh?
Yeah. That one went right down. I haven't even looked him over good yet. But I think I hit him right in the backbone. I think he went right down hard.
Yeah, boy, that's a stud too.
Yeah. He looked big standing down there with the does.
Yeah, I bet.
That's
going to be 4 different deer that are going to gross over 130 inches off our farm this year. 4. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I was hunting, but I'm trying to buy Sam a coffee machine, so I'm having a lot more fun.
Oh. You're shopping, huh? Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yep. Well, Oldie and Goofy are still here, Monty. Yeah, I only get there for 1 day, so. Well, maybe we can make it happen. Yeah. Yeah, well, congratulations. That's a heck of a year.
Yeah, well, it was fun.
Yeah. How many deer were out there?
Oh, there was probably 10 doe out when I shot this one. But there was 6 out when I got up there at like 2:30. They were already out. And
20 inches, right on the money. That's how many?
Pretty good.
That's
The other
4
was
bucks that are 20.
20.5.
Yeah, the other one was a little wider. 20 inches.
But he does have better brow tines.
4 bucks, 20 or more. Oh my gosh. This is a hunting season that'll never get touched again. But we put a lot of work into it, so it's not like we just walk into it. It's got, man, got really nice massive bases on them. Brow tine is 5.5. Oh, it's 4.5.
Here, why don't you hold the light and I'll take a picture of John.
What's your guess, Uncle John?
I'm gonna say 150.
Yeah, I'm thinking right around 160. This freaking huge deer.
Let me pull ahead or
Yeah, pull that head quick. 152.4. That's heavier than ours. I know, I can tell. It's a big, huge body on him. What an awesome buck.
That's a pretty nice look right there.
Yeah, it is. Those brow tines. This one's bladed. Nice bladed brow. That's how I can tell it was this buck. I got a trail camera video of this buck when he was just in velvet, and he was only out to like right here, but that brow tine was already grown and it had that big blade on it, or starting to split right there. It's pretty darn cool that I could see him from that early on, you know. But the other thing I wanted to show is he's got white marks on his hooves there, right, white streaks on each one of them. Pretty darn cool.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points, is that what he's counting it?
Probably an 8. I call it an 8.
One here's one here.
Yeah, we call that a 9.
Yeah.
You can hang a ring on that sucker.
Was it out there? Good. Becky and Nolan and Johnny just left, and I said I wished I'd asked them to get my paper. So they just missed it. That's nice, John. That's 2 nice bucks.
Yeah, he is a big one.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Here comes Grandpa.
Came right out and said, "You the one that got my buddy?"
I didn't.
John did.
Here's your phone. I didn't know if you wanted that.
Jesus. That's a nice one. Had you seen that one before?
I hadn't, but we had pictures of him. He was the other good one up there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 point.
He's 20 inches outside, Grandpa. That's 4 20-inch bucks off the farm this year.
That's something. How close was he?
He was within 10 feet of where I shot the other one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did he go down right away?
Yeah, I hit him right in the backbone, right in the spine. Then it cut, the arteries must be on each side of it because he bled right out. Just one shot, he went right down, and then he tried to get up and drag himself away for a ways, but then he dead.
Yeah. He's kind of
All you want.
a little bit uneven, but
Did he get
nice rack.
jerky made out of the last
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
real nice brow tines.
Makes it right.
Well,
Yeah.
we got the last one we took over to,
Yeah,
well, mine.
yeah,
Took
he's
over
pretty
to
good.
that doe, and then he got
We got another one, Bob. Could you believe it when I called you?
See the one that come in this morning,
Really?
a 12 point.
Well, I don't want that on video. What do you think, Shrek?
Nice. Heck yeah. He just come strolling out tonight.
He
Yeah.
killed him about 10 feet from where he killed Hulk.
Yep.
He come out, it was like the season finale. There's a logging trail, it was all nice and white. He come out the middle of that and just was like,
Yep.
walked out there, and there's 6 or 7 doe over there with him, and he,
The Bailey family's putting your daughter through college this year.
You don't know my daughter. Did you see a bunch?
There it is. Bob is Cape Bailey Farm Buck number 4. And that's the last one because, well, if Monty works a miracle on Monday. Welcome back, everybody. So it's the next morning after the buck that we called the Upper 8 got killed by my Uncle John, and I wanted to bring you up here and kind of give you a visual of what we have going on up here with this food plot and so on and so forth. I just drove the truck up here, but the snow is super slippery. Almost got sucked right down the hill here, but the old heavy Chevy was able to pull up out of there, luckily. But let's go over here and I'll show you the hunting shanty that Hulk and the Upper 8 were killed out of this year, and I want to show you, how we're able to access this without causing any ruckus on the food plot, and we can kind of get in and out of it undetected here. So when we come up here, we can park the vehicle or gator right up over the hill, either over there or over there, and you can see how when Uncle John's been coming in here, when he comes up over this hill, here's his boot tracks, there's deer that are out here pretty much all day long. When he comes up over the hill, he can see where those deer are out in the food plot, and he can get this hunting shanty right in between him and the deer. He's able to sneak up here and sneak in and out of this thing undetected to all the deer out here, and that's super important when you have a bunch of deer out in this food plot. You got to be able to get in and out of where you're hunting undetected. Say that hunting shanty was down here by the food plot, and you blow those deer out every time you get out of there, you're going to make them nocturnal. They're not going to come out there during daylight at all. You got to make sure those deer are comfortable being in that food plot. And big mature buck gets blown out of this one night, you're never going to get another opportunity at that deer. At least around here, that's how mature bucks are. You don't get many times that you can screw up on a deer like Hulk or the Upper 8 and get another opportunity at them. But I'll show you the food plot from right here, the shanty's point of view. So Hulk and the Upper 8 both got killed right down there by my little old hunting shanty coming out of that logging road right there. We have a camera set up right there on the edge that I'm going to check, but I'll show you. So this is all maximum blend biologic brassica that's planted down there, and then up here I planted all red clover last spring, and you can see the deer have been up in here pretty hard digging at that as well, especially right here on this hillside. This used to not be much open ground down here. This used to be a lot of crabapple trees and thick brush. When they put that well in, they cleared out this little area down here, and then over the years we just, every year we expand it a little bit and make it bigger and bigger, leaving all the, there's a few apple trees in there, and of course we left all the apple trees we could leave. Boy, they've really been in this clover up here hard. Holy cow. But let's get down here to where the upper 8 was whacked at. Well, this is looks like where the upper 8 got whacked. Right here's some blood. You can see how all these leaves are totally ate off these brassica plants, and they're starting to dig up these bulbs. Starting to chew on those bulbs a little bit, but in the spring this will be totally decimated. But it's important, to get as much out here as possible, because this time of year it's been hit hard. You got to make sure you have food throughout, the whole entire hunting season. This is right where Hulk was killed too. Hulk came out of, there's a little creek bottom that runs off the side of the hill here. Hulk walked out right here, and Uncle John shot him standing here. Same, literally 10 feet from where the upper 8 was killed. Right from there. You can see how you can access that from down here without being noticed. You just pop over that hill. And next year, I could even take and plant plot screen on each side of it. Like right to the right and right to the left, and mask it even better. That plot screen will grow, 8 feet tall. And then we can really hide the entrance and exit of that, which would be even better. But we have super thick bedding all along the edge over there, and it's a huge, really nasty swamp all along the backside. And then it's a hardwood hillside over here that goes down into thick swamp, and then bedding off the edge of that, which is really good. Having that huge swamp out back here, the deer don't get the pressure they normally would from the backside, because people can't get through that swamp, which is exactly what you need in order to kill bucks consistently. You can't have any pressure. You got to have the food, and you got to have the cover. Without one of those, you're not going to have the other. We're going to go ahead and check this camera and see what we got on it here. Okay, everybody, just checked all the cameras, and one of the most exciting camera checks I've had all year. So I did have awesome video, or have an awesome picture of Uncle John's buck that we called the upper 8 coming out of that trail right before he shot it. And even better yet, a deer that disappeared on us like the very last week of October, that I had pretty much wrote off as dead. I heard one of the Amish down at the end of the road here, off the backside of our property, killed a nice 10-point. And this buck was a 10-point. It's a buck I call Krabby, and he disappeared about the same time I heard that. I was like, well, he's dead, and never thought anything of it. Of course, I never got any pictures of him. Just pulled the cards on these cameras. There he is, standing out in the food plot eating, literally yesterday, I think it was. Yesterday morning at like 8 in the morning. I'm like, there he is, he's back. I can't believe it. So we have another really nice buck that just showed back up. That's gonna be an absolute stud next year. Definitely gonna be one we're gonna be chasing. And he was a homebody up here all the way till, the first week of November. He spent a lot of time out here. He's actually running with the buck that I call Hulk all summer long. Hulk, as you know, is the one that Uncle John killed, the really big one. But the fact that that buck just showed back up, icing on the cake. And I think my brother's coming home, and he's going to be able to hunt the very last day of muzzleloader. With that buck coming out during daylight, just the other day, there's a very good chance that Monty might get a chance at that deer. which would be incredible, absolutely incredible. It's an awesome buck. But I'll see you when we get back to the house, and I'll show you that trail camera picture. We're back to the house, everybody, and I just wanted to wrap this video up and congratulate my Uncle John on an incredible hunting season. To kill a hulk with a rifle and then turn around a few weeks later, kill the buck that we called the upper 8 with a muzzleloader. I mean, what a year. Between the whole family, for my dad to kill the bully 8 and me to kill Big Brow, and we've had an unbelievable year up here. And you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, your seasons to come are going to be kind of screwed. You know, you're not going to have any big bucks. Well, that's absolutely not the case. When you have a property like we have, and you have the habitat, and you have the food, and you have the cover, and you don't have the pressure, we're going to pull deer in off of from a long ways away. You watch and see. We'll have deer show up next year that we've never seen before, big deer that come out of the woodwork. And we're obviously going to have, there's a lot of 2.5-year-old bucks that, you know, we've let go all year long hunting the big bucks that we have. And those are all going to be good bucks next year. And there's a couple 3.5-year-olds that made it. You know, Goofy and Oldie. That Oldie's a lot older than 3.5. That deer is extremely old, and he really needs to get shot next year. He's actually kind of a bully, and I think he boots other nice bucks out of the woods up there, and I was really hoping that we could get him killed this year, but he's a hard buck to kill. That's why he's as old as he is. But like I said, next year we'll have a whole new batch of big deer. You know, don't worry that we've killed a lot of big ones this year, which we have. And another thing that people don't realize is every year a lot of big bucks get killed in our area, you know, right around our property. The only difference is you know, a lot of the people that hunt around us didn't kill big bucks, and we did. So pretty much what happened is, instead of everybody else killing the big bucks, or, you know, a lot of big bucks getting killed around us, we pretty much wiped them up. So it's not really any different than any other year when it comes to big buck killing. A lot of the big bucks got killed just like they do every year. The difference is we just did it this year. And what else was I going to say? Oh, with Christmas coming, I wanted to share some discount codes with you guys for Tideweed's website. If you use code KEO16, it'll get you 16% off any order on the whole website. I'll put the link and the code in the description. And I have a discount code for Arctic Shield too, KEO25 off. If you use that code, it'll give you 25% off any purchase on the site. And I'll put that in the description below as well. And then we just got a whole huge new shipment of hats and shirts. We got shirts of all sizes. We got camo KEO hats. And then we got the trucker hats right here. All you have to do is email KayleeSheldon10@gmail.com and let her know what you want. She'll send you an invoice and get them sent out to you as soon as she possibly can. I want to thank everybody for watching, and what a year it's been. I'm looking forward to, actually tomorrow, Monty's coming home, and he's going to be able to muzzleloader hunt the very last day of the season here. And we have that buck that we call Krabby, the nice 10-point that's been out during daylight in our food plot up here. And if Monty was able to capitalize on that buck, this year it's just been, it would be nuts. But the reality of it is, it's very likely it could happen. The deer's comfortable coming out there. I've got 2 different times that it was out there, right before dark and first thing in the morning. So if he kills it, great. If he doesn't, great. It's going to be a giant next year, and he's going to be ruling the roost up there. So appreciate everybody watching. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I got tons and tons and tons of questions on our food plots this year on my channel, and people emailing me and stuff. I have a whole series of videos that I walk through the entire process of preparing my food plots, planning my food plots, and you know, the whole process from start to finish, how I do it and where I plant the food plots and why I plant them there. And I'll put those videos in the link of this video as well. It's the food plot seed that I plant is called Maximum Blend by Biologic. It's a Brassica turnip mix. It's fantastic when you get cold weather. You know, it's not just the food plots that are bringing these big deer in for us. It's a combination of things. It's having the food, it's having the cover, and most importantly, it's the deer not getting pressured. You know, if I were to walk through this red brush down below the house, I'll guarantee you, Big Brow wouldn't be dead, and Bully 8 wouldn't be dead. And if they would be dead, it wouldn't be because of us kicking them out of that brush. You can't pressure your bedding areas. It's so important. I can't stress that enough, and that's really what it comes down to. We hunt the edges. We stay out of our woods. We don't put pressure on the deer. We make sure they have the bedding, the cover, and the feed, everything they need. Just hunt it from the edge. Be patient. One of them big deer are going to make a mistake eventually and give you an opportunity, and you got to capitalize when that opportunity comes. But I'm rambling. Have a good one, everybody.